OLED TV, y'all. This thing is, okay, right out of the box, I want to say, plug it in, turn it on, the best looking TV I've ever seen. OLED is something that's kind of new. And by the way, this is a sponsor video, so everything I say is, you're like, oh, he's already off to a positive start. Yeah, sponsor video. Now here's the deal. We get to keep the TV, and we get to say whatever we want, but we're required by law to say this is a sponsor video because we get to keep the damn thing. So that's out of the way. The rest of this is my own damn opinion, and we're going to cover the pros and cons of this television set. First off, the picture quality, because that's really important. When you look at this thing, you're like, whoa. The contrast is the best I've seen. That's all there is to it. Also, this one's slightly curved. You can get it in a curved variety or a flat variety. I guess I should tell you guys the model number, but you already saw the thing. It's the 65EG9600. Now, the nice thing about OLED, it's totally different than LCD. I mean, LCD always, to me, looked a little digital and harsh. A lot of people loved it. I was like, whatever. IPS panels have very good contrast ratio. With OLED, the pixel can actually fade all the way out and be turned off. And also, behind all the colors, it's just blackness. So you get these really rich colors that you may not have seen before. If you look at this TV and look at other ones, it's just like there's no contest. It's almost, for me, the difference between like old school film and like a digital camera. It just has a much smoother, nicer, more true look to it. So I love the technology. It's also 4K television. So for me, from now on out, everything has to be 4K. The future is 4K, so let's go ahead and get 4K now. It also has a pretty good true upscaler inside there, so if you put some other content, like 1080p is great because 4K is 4x 1080p, and it does a pretty good job of upscaling. A lot of the 1080p content looks really good. We'll get to the Webos in a minute, but you can play Netflix and stuff on it, and it scales it up. And we will have 4K on that soon as well. Also, for the next few days, LG has a contest going on, so be sure to click on the link in the top of the description. It's only for the next few days, so get on over there and check out the contest. So we have the curved version, and I've heard rumors that the curved version is a little bit better for the viewing angle, in the sense that the edges are very slightly curved. I feel like I've seen some that are like more curved, almost too curved. This one is so slightly curved that we had to, Kane had to keep going like, and remember, this is a curved set we're looking at, because we'd get back, far enough. After you get like 10, 12, 13, 14 feet back, you start to notice the curve a little more. But if you're sitting in more of a, comfortable, like almost an average couch distance from the TV, you're not going to notice it's curved. It's also going to help with the viewing angles on the sides, and it's going to help with the glare. Now, you can get the flat version if you really want the flat version. If you're sitting closer, or if you're sitting farther back, the flat version may be better. I can't say whether or not there's going to be more glare. I don't know, but this one already had very low glare. Now, the bezel on this is pretty much non-existent all the way around. You've got panel all the way to the edge on this. It's also true 4K, so it's, a little wider than the UHD 4K. And the back of this is only a few millimeters thick at the top. All the way down at the bottom, you've got all the guts and the brains. It does have a quad core in there as well. You've got, all your hookups and everything. And it's a little thicker at the bottom. As far as mounting this thing on a stand, it's not Visa compatible. Not at all. That's kind of a bummer. You have to get LG's proprietary stand. It's sort of an ARM thing, but it's $100. If you're throwing down some money on a TV, around $5,000 or whatever, $100 to me doesn't break the deal. You're also going to want to spend a couple $100 on some cords. You got Harman Kardon speakers on this thing. They sound pretty good. I mean, they're Harman Kardon. You've got that name. They don't have quite enough boom. If you're buying a TV like this, again, you're probably going to be throwing, I'd say, when you buy TVs like this in your brain, I'd add another $1,000 to $1,500 for really good speakers and just all of the accessories you're going to need, them stands and mounts, and do it right. That's just the way that you should do this. All right, let's talk about the Webos, and then we're going to talk about the latency and some gaming. All right, so it comes with Webos 2.0, and the first thing I noticed is when you get it out, you grab your, what do they call the remote? The magic remote. It's very much like a Wii remote, but it doesn't rely on any, infrared lights. It's just gyroscopic, so wherever you point it around, it's just like, I can look around the screen, and I can aim on what I want and click on it. You can use other remotes, like you can go out and buy a remote, but you'll lose that ability. So you're probably going to want to use this remote for everything in the living room, and this remote is going to be universal, so it'll work with your other stuff. You'll be able to change your source and whatever. So anyway, use this remote. You can fly around the screen. You got nice menus. First thing I noticed was, whoa, there's a lot of security policies and stuff here, and there's a lot of privacy policies. So if you read through those, you're going to realize that this TV is going to be harvesting all your data. It's going to watch what you watch. It's watching. The TV watches you. So it watches what you watch. It also can listen to you because there are voice commands, so you can talk to the TV, Well, the TV is going to listen to you, and it's going to use that data. It's going to use the stuff you watch, the stuff you search for. All of that is going to be used to figure out what you like and better market to you. So when you first go to the LG web store, there's several different things. Well, the Webos 2.0, when you first go into LG's interface, it starts playing ads. And I was like, just spent like $5,000. I mean, I didn't spend the money. They gave us the TV for the review, but you just spend that much money on a TV, you're going to be like, really, you have to watch ads? I have to watch freaking ads, man? Well, you have to watch ads if you're doing the value-added stuff. And you can also, while you're going through the privacy policy, you can pick and choose what you agree to and what you disagree with. So you can say, like, listen, you can harvest my watching data, but you cannot harvest my verbal commands and that sort of thing. You can tell them, you can uncheck those boxes. It'll still let you use the TV. It'll still let you use the WebOS, just possibly without everything enabled. So I don't know. This kind of privacy stuff really bothers me, and you guys know that. Some of you guys don't even care, but I really would just prefer a dumb TV, I guess, other than a smart TV. But the panel's good enough that you can use this as pretty much a dumb TV. Some of the other things that are built into the WebOS are pretty cool. Like you got Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime Video, and all this kind of stuff is built in. Another thing that's really cool about it, as you jump from all the different sources, let's say you watch a little bit of something on Netflix and you come over and you grab your USB 3 drive, plug that in, play back some media. We'll use one of your devices because this will sync up with your different devices. Of course, it's fancy and all that. Stream to the TV. It will remember exactly where you were in all of those different things, so that when you come back to Netflix, it was like, okay, you were right at the scene where the guy shoots the guy on the train, and it'll start right back from where the guy shoots the guy on the train. And then there you go. Movies are amazing, huh? I don't watch movies very much. Okay, I'm going to go through the connectivity options on the back, and then we'll talk about the things I didn't like so much about the television. So you've got your RF, you got component, you've got composite, you have 3 HDMI, and these are the high-speed HDMI that can deliver 60 hertz over the 4K. And this is like 4K, but 60 hertz 4K is very nice. But you'll need that high-speed cable. Make sure you get a high-speed cable, the newest stuff, HDMI 2.0. We also have USB 3, and then on top of all that, we have RS-232. No one's going to be using RS-232 on this unless you're diagnosing something. I don't know. Should we be trying to hack into this thing with it? I don't know. Some of the things I didn't like so much, the latency when you hook up a computer, in particular, the input lag is a thing. As far as latency goes, it's one of the lowest out there. But the input lag is noticeable when you hook it up and you're running, your whatever Linux, Windows, and you're moving your mouse around, you can feel it. However, the strange thing is when you loaded up a game, it's like, oh, we know that you're in a game now, so something must have happened in the background, but suddenly you can control your games. And the input lag was not really noticeable. So that, whatever kind of magic they're doing in there, it's working pretty well. So gaming is okay. Wouldn't use this as a monitor, but it's not classified as a monitor. It's classified as a TV. But for me, I always think, I can plug my computer up to that thing and do all kinds of things. Well, no, that was wishful thinking. You can use it for Steam games. That'd be great. Use it as a thin, get a thin client like a little Z-Box or something. Play Steam games on it all day long. Play whatever you want on it. You can do that. But I wouldn't play games like Quake Live or just extreme Twitch shooters. I'd play most any console game without any problem, but like stuff that's like really, 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 needs every millisecond of response, like Quake Live and, other Twitch shooters, maybe not. Let's talk about 3D. So this has 3D, and it doesn't require the big goofy glasses. The panel does everything. So you can just put on regular 3D glasses, just like you're going to the movies. I'm not big on 3D, but I'm not even big on watching movies, so I'll probably be using this mostly for playing emulators in the living room. But yeah, so it's got the 3D. It also has dual play, and this is a really cool feature. It comes with 2 sets of the 3D glasses. It doesn't come with the dual play glasses. Now, dual play allows you to hook up a couple different sources, like HDMI 1 and HDMI 2. Maybe you can run a couple different consoles, a couple different computers or whatever. You have to get the dual play glasses, and then it does like this. Does that make any sense? I don't know. The science behind this is a bit too much to go over, but essentially 2 people can sit beside each other, put on the glasses, and each see a different image. I got very specific. A different image on the screen. So yeah, but anyway, you can see 2 different images on the screen at the same time, which is a really cool feature if you have a couple, whatever, consoles or something, you want to play games at the same time. It really is probably the best looking television I've ever seen. I mean, when I first got my LG G4 phone, it's got the OLED screen. I was like, man, I wish I could have a TV with a screen this good. I don't really like TVs, so I didn't really think that. But if I wanted a TV, I would have wanted it to have a screen, and now we've got the OLED. So really, really nice for that. Just not quite a computer monitor. Did test the frame latency on this, and we compared it to a laptop, MSI gaming laptop. It was about 7 to 9 frames behind the laptop all the time. So that's coming from the HDMI, which is interesting. We compared that to like one of our 4K Korean panels, and those are like 5 to 6 behind. So decent compared to a monitor. Really good for a television set, but for me, it's all about the picture quality. And this is about as good as it gets. Yeah, in game something else happens, and I'm not sure what's going on, but in game the timing feels way better. So good job, LG. Hell of a TV. I think I'm gonna use this as a dumb TV and just plug it into a computer or a Steam machine or something, and that's how I'm probably gonna use it. But I'm a different use case scenario than most people. If you're looking for like, you know, the uber insanely beautiful TV, this is probably it. Anyway, that concludes this look at this LG OLED 65-inch massive 4K television. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments, and yeah, see ya. Click on all the stuff over here on the side, or else I will pour porridge down the front of your pants while you're asleep, and it'll be cold porridge.